You want to talk about vows so we can do whatever you want. I would love to do our vows.
Are you recording?
Men work hard our entire lives to build a legacy, which takes years of building a foundation. You have to figure out how to be the leader of a legacy. And you also have to navigate all of the pitfalls and rugged terrain that comes with being the leader of a legacy. You understand? You have to be prepared for all of the things that might come and all of the particular issues that might befall you on this journey. So when you put a woman in a position to be the queen of this kingdom that you're building, there's a certain reverence that every man should be able to expect. Now, we talk about sometimes how you might see a Hispanic man and he's working at a construction site, but he goes home and gets his back rubbed and his feet rubbed and his tub of water ran for him, and wife comes in and rubs his back, wipes his back, washes his back, feeds him his plate, comes to ask him if he wants second, picks his plate up, refills his glass, does all of these things, and then gives him a phenomenal dose of feminine intimacy that night to make sure that the next day he goes to work satisfied in all the ways that a man should be satisfied. But sometimes we see Black men in situations where they're very successful. The owner of that construction company, the architect who designed the blueprint for those homes, the financier who put up the front money to establish this subdivision in the first place. And they go home and they still have to deal with a certain treatment, a certain level of berating behavior from their woman. But never would we think that we would see LeBron James deal with that. Billionaire LeBron James. Arguably the greatest NBA player in the history of the game, LeBron James. Multiple championship with multiple team winner, LeBron James. Dominant ball player, son creating LeBron James. But just like every other man out here who looks like me, no matter how much of a king you are, your queen does not want to be in the queen position. She wants to be in a female king position. Now, one of my content researchers found a clip of LeBron James showing off a new warm-up suit, tracksuit that he has coming. And he was sitting at home outside by the pool with his wife, Savannah. She asked him a question about renewing their vows. He, played around about it, whatever you want, catered to her a little bit. She realized he was recording. He said, "No, I'm not recording you. I'm not live. I'm just showing my new outfit and you want to come in talking about the vows." And I'm like, "Okay, let's do the vows." When she realized he was recording, she didn't do what my bras would do.
"Baby, can you not record me right now looking like this?" "No, baby, don't record me looking like this. Daddy, don't do that. Don't record me looking like this."
She'll do something like that. She did what many men have to deal with in their situations where their woman lacks the proper respect for them. She knocked the phone out of his hand. Take a look.
What are we doing about this vow renewal? Is it happening?
What we doing about what? Do whatever you want, boo. Cause you the best. Whatever you want to do.
Don't post that. Are you on there?
I'm not live. I was showing my sweatsuit, the new one for the LeBron 20, but you want to talk about vows so we can do whatever you want. I would love to do our vows.
Are you recording?
Now, if LeBron James can deal with this, with all of the power dynamics in his life that he's managed to gain control of, what makes you think that it makes sense for you to marry a woman who you just met and she's already an adult? She's been with him since before he got on, and he still gets this type of treatment. And I know some of y'all look at the situation and say, "Man, that ain't nothing. She just knocked the phone out of his hand. You act like she did something big." That's part of the problem in this society. You men don't demand the proper respect from your woman. Who you think is paying all the bills? Who you think got her in that big pretty house? Who you think put her in a situation where she can have all these children and not ever have to worry about anything? What's her maiden name? I don't know. But I know her married name. And it's his. SAVANNAH JAMES. The man is referred to as King James all throughout sports. You name it. Even those who ridicule him, they say so much for a king. Is this your king? What you must understand is that being a king starts at home. And if you get more respect outside of your home than you get inside your home from your wife, then you have issues. And this is a telltale sign that there are no lines drawn, there are no boundaries that this woman cannot cross. The level of disrespect it takes to knock someone's phone out of their hand, that means you have no concept of any consequence or repercussion for that. We've seen Kanye knock the phone out of someone's hand or knock a camera out of someone's hand and get sued. This is considered disrespect. But we live in an environment where you men are okay with that. And out of all the men in the world who have accomplished all of the things that they've accomplished, who has accomplished more in that particular field than LeBron James has accomplished in basketball? Not many. But you see what happens. Now juxtapose that against that Hispanic construction worker. Whether he's the brick mason or he's the guy rolling bricks over to the site in a wheelbarrow, it doesn't matter who he is. He gets a certain level of respect from his wife at home because she values his effort. She values the work he puts in. And never does she say to herself, he wouldn't be where he is without me. You know why? Because he ain't going to tell her that. The problem with you men who look like me, you will tell your woman that. You get out and publicly say,
I don't even know where I would be without my wife.
I don't know where I would be without my woman.
she is the reason for the season. And me saying that she ain't my partner is treason. That's the type of way y'all think, man. And I'm going to tell you like this. This is the problem with the black relationship in America. The lines between the gender roles have been blurred because of this need to think independently, live independently, earn independently, strive independently, and therefore convince yourself that you don't need no man. Now, what if this man took that the way I would take it and began a separation proceeding? You know what people would say? He's overreacting. But the woman could leave for nothing. She could just want to be free. And everyone would say, go ahead, you deserve your freedom. And he's been an imbecile, not supporting you, leaving him, taking half of his goods. Marriage puts you in a position as a man where no matter how much of a king you are outside of your home, you still must revere your queen inside of the castle. Because contrary to popular belief, no matter how big the castle is, if she's in it, it's hers. That's why King Solomon built his wife a separate castle. Conceptualize what it means to be the breadwinner, to be the leader, to be the one responsible for every good thing that is going on in the life of your family. And then imagine having that being threatened and questioned by the woman who should be the most appreciative person in your life. Because where would she be if not for her opportunity to be the queen of King James? Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.